Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Harsh Patel. I am a pre-physician assistant student, and this video we will be talking about the lessons I've learned in 2022. It would be really cool to see how my year has went and what kind of lessons I've learned so that not only I can learn and potentially maybe you can learn if you resonate with what I'm about to share. And so let's get into the lessons of 2022. The first lesson that I've learned that long-term dating is what is important to me, and short-term or casual dating is meaningless for my vision of life. When I was back in college, when I just started college, I had no intentions of dating long-term, because when you are from a strict culture, like brown cultures are usually strict with dating, you kind of don't have that mentality on like when you will start dating. There will always be family interference in what you do in your personal life, and dating life is really personal. And so I didn't really give that much thought to it. But as my college years went by, I became a sophomore and a junior, I really started to think about what is really meaningful. Like, there would be people around me that would glorify short-term dating because, well, short-term dating is associated to lust, and people around me were really liking the idea of girls, and the more girls you attract, the better it is for your life. And also, some of the content I see on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram Reels, these famous people who have just became TikTok famous, like Andrew Tate and bunch of other YouTubers, their whole life revolves around girls, and the only thing they want to do is get more girls, attract more girls, as many as possible, because that's what they associate themselves with. And that is somehow how that is correlated to their status. I kind of really played with that thought. Like, if I really want to do short term or long term. And after having some of short casual interactions with girls, and then I had a dating experience, I kind of realized that short-term dating wasn't for me. And then as I look back from my college years, I definitely had whatever the fun I had. But what I feel like is that in your 20s is just better for you to kind of do long-term dating, because a lot of your attention is going to go into dating if you have a short-term approach. If you just want to attract a bunch of girls and date around, that is going to divert attention, too much energy and attention from your life. Instead, in your 20s, I believe for me, I have to divert my attention to the skills I have to learn, to my career, to earning money, and just having a life full of meaning. So for me, I realized in 2022, after being in 2 years of long-term relationship, that this is for me and I would never go back. It's just better for me to stick with a person or a partner so that I could have that mental energy and attention to do the things that are meaningful for me. For me, meaningfulness comes from knowing a person fully, and meaningfulness in my life also comes from science and gaining muscle in the gym, building strength, talking with different people, having friendships. Those are kind of meaningful things in my life that I want. Numbers second. College degree isn't enough. Skills is what you really want. If you can see back here, I have my degree. It's a neuroscience degree. I'm really proud of it. That's why I have it up. But May 2022, I graduated from college, and I was really left with the thought of, like, what next? Like, if I didn't apply to grad school, like, what would I be even doing? There's nothing for me to really look forward to if I didn't apply to grad school. And I also realized that I kind of have no skills that I could really apply with a bachelor's degree like neuroscience or even biology. The most thing you can be is a research assistant, and you have to kind of place yourself in a particular place in the United States to get a job. And I applied to a lot of research assistant jobs, and I didn't get any. So I stuck with what I had, and I was a nursing assistant at that time. And I kind of realized that I have a bachelor's degree, but I cannot leverage it for higher amount of money. Then what I did is I started doing YouTube more. I started doing content creation. I started public speaking, basically what I'm doing now. And what my whole vision became is that even though I don't have any hard skills maybe from a degree like neuroscience or like biology, I could use the information that I've learned from undergrad and apply it online on social media. And I don't think that is really a bad thing. If you feel like you're lost, if you feel like you have associated your success with the amount of money you're earning, I think that is really a wrong approach, because you have to somewhat find meaning in the things you're doing. And if you're feeling hopeless after college, I highly recommend to do content creation like what I'm doing right now. I just use the knowledge that I've earned from college and just apply it to YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, whatever your cup of tea is. And skills is everything in this world. You have to know how to do certain things so that you can be valuable to society. So 2022, graduating in 2022 really made me realize that even though I do have a bachelor's degree, I need some skills that I need to improve on, like public speaking, like marketing myself, creating a personal brand, and all of that good stuff. Number 3, not having enough social life in college. The next 2 things that I'm really going to talk about will go hand in hand. In college, when I started, I really wanted to be a doctor. And that meant that I knew that I have to give every bit of my college experience away for pursuing my dreams. And that did not happen. I did not end up applying to medical school. I did not even take the MCATs. For the first 3 years of my college, I kind of dwelled myself into studying so much that I did not have enough social life. I did not get enough time to really find friends that I could really hang out with outside of school. And so I kind of really regret that most in my life, that every point of my academic experience, my social interaction was lacking. And in the future, I really hope that if I potentially get into grad school in the next few months, I really emphasize myself on getting like a 1 or 2 person social group, so that the whole experience of academia is better when you have people around that have similar goals as you and have similar visions as you. So I kind of missed that in college because I was so focused on time that, I have to be productive. I have to study every single bit of my time, which I did. I did not party. I did not get into alcohol abuse, which I'm really glad about. I'm really glad about that. But there has to be some sort of balance. Everything has to be on a spectrum in my perspective. And so that really did not happen, the social aspect. So that is what I really regret. Also, having a social life in your academic years is highly important, because if you find friends, I believe in your senior year, that could really be your soulmate friends who have the same vision about life and everything, it's kind of really meaningful. You're not going to take your degree, money, credentials to your grave. The only thing you're going to take is the relationships you have built over the years and the people and the memories that you have of those people to your grave. Number 4. Now, as I talked about applying to medical schools in my junior year, that really did not happen. I was distracted all the time if I should go to med school or I should go to PA school. In fact, in my junior year of college, I had to decide if I wanted to stay on pre-med track or I had to switch over to physician assistant track. And that really took a number of years away from my life, because if I had made the decision as early as my freshman year of college, I could have went to a 5-year PA program that directly starts from high school and saved my 8 years or 5 years of my life. So a little bit of perspective. I graduated last year and then applied to PA schools in June. If I get into this cycle, I will start in 2023, August of this year. If I don't get into it, I'll apply this year again and I'll start in 2024. I would graduate around 2026-ish. And so that is a lot of years compared to in 2018, I could have just applied to a 5-year program, gotten out in this year, basically 5 years, and I could have saved myself 4 to 5 years easily. And I just wish that really happened. Takeaway from this is, if you're in college, if you're in high school, stick with something that you think you will like, because career change is far easier than you think in this online digital world. People earn so much money on social media, and so career change is really possible, but you have to stick with something and you have to do it for at least 3 to 5 years so that you know you like it or not. That is where I regret my whole career decision. I was distracted about this whole PA over MD situation in my whole college years. And now I do regret the amount of years that I will miss. And so if you're watching this and if you're in the same boat with PA versus MD, stick with one, because if you don't stick with one, you will add so many extra years to your lifetime you will regret. Because time is really essential in this day and age. You just get to live once. Career and finding what you are passionate about is really important to us. And lastly, number 5. I don't have a single name for this, but this is like unintentional behaviors, emotions, and actions will always be recurring in life, no matter what phases of life you're on. So I'll give you a couple of examples of what I mean by this in my own life, what has happened in 2022. So number 1, in the subcategory of this lesson, we have money. Now, I have been really bad with money when I was growing up. Like, my first job was at Subway, and whatever I would earn, I would go spend money on clothes. Whatever I would earn, I would go spend money on food. There was no idea of saving, because I feel like my parents or my mom would really help me with money when I really needed it. That is kind of the worst behavior that I unconsciously learned over the years. And there's always this one part of my brain that really tells me that, oh, hard times will come and parents will help you with money. But that is not how I really want to live my life, because the whole part of being financially independent is earning your own money, saving up your own money, learning how to save. I highly recommend you to read The Psychology of Money. And that book has really made me disciplined on money and how to save money and what is money. And so I always thought like, oh, I'll earn money right now. I don't need to save. Even if it's like 5%, I don't need to save 5% of my paycheck. I'm earning minimum wage. Like, what's the point of saving anything at this point? But I realized that even if I earn like $2,000 a month and I don't know how to manage my money, I wouldn't know how to manage my money if I, for example, earn $10,000 a month. And so this is kind of recurring in life, that if you have these tendencies of overspending or have poor money management, it will kind of spill over to different phases of your life. The second thing under this is dating. I always thought that, oh, if I would be in a relationship, I would be so much happier. And I kind of had that notion for a while. But then I started being in a relationship, and it kind of, life doesn't really change that much in terms of your emotions. Like, it does. If you have to find happiness when you're single so that you can really enjoy with someone when you're in a relationship. And so those emotions that you have about life will be recurring. If you feel like you're not happy as a single, you will not be happy. And if you're in a relationship, that's a lot to think about, because people blame their circumstances and environment so much. They're really impacted by environment. And I kind of feel like that was really true for me, but I kind of found happiness regardless of me being in a relationship or not. Lastly, time. I think I have a lot in my plate right now. I will have my YouTube video schedules. I would have to shoot my Instagram reels. I would have to go to the gym 4 times a week. I would have to cook myself food. My food basically has a lot of management, because I require myself to take at least 150 grams of protein a day. So you have to find ways in a smart way to really cook your food, prepare your food, or get food from outside that's not also healthy but also fits your macronutrient portions. And I work as a pharmacy tech, so I have a lot on my plate, and I am so bad with time. I always struggled with time in 2022. Time management is my weakest spot. And so what I learned that in 2022, that if I won't learn how to manage time right now, in present, I will not be able to manage time in my, for example, I get accepted into PA school. I won't be able to manage time when I'm in PA school. And so that is actually the number one thing I'm working on right now with scheduling and stuff, being better planner, making a very coherent to-do list that is realistic and not burdening. So those were all my lessons I learned in 2022. It was a bulky video with a lot of information and a lot of insights about my life. Definitely kind of a different video from others, but I hope you liked it. I will see you in the next one. Bye.